Friends, welcome back. So in this video today, we are going to see how to cancel a request. Okay, how to cancel a HTTP request. Sometimes what happens, we execute or we call a request which takes longer time, something like downloading a file or uploading a file like that. So there is sometimes that we want to cancel that in between. Okay, so that is what we are going to see today. So before going to the code, I would like to show you an example. Okay, so this is an HTML page that I have created about .html. So in this video element, what I want, I will try to fetch the video content, basically the content byte blob from an URL, and that will be displayed here. Okay, so let's first see it is working or not. And before running this, I want to say that because of I'm running this application on localhost uh, 127.0.0.1 means it is localhost. So and I'm trying to download the video from a remote which is a cross domain. So there would be a cross domain issue. That's why I have, just for demonstration purpose, installed a plugin in Chrome which is called this one, Moisif course, so which I have enabled. Okay, so as soon as the demonstration is finished, or as soon as you are done with the testing, you can download it. I will share the link of this URL in the description. So after using this, you can disable it. If you don't disable it, you will face some issue, because these days application runs on very securely. So this is, if I have enabled it, that means something insecure. My browser is running right now in insecure. Okay, so okay, now let's go to the example. So here I'm going to click on download. So you can see it is trying to downloading the content. It will take some time. Let's wait for a couple of seconds and it should be downloaded and displayed here. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you can see the content is downloaded. Let's see the response. This is the size. This is the size of the content blob. This is the response. You can see from here, from this side, I am downloading a video. Now let's play this. Okay, so it is started playing. It looks like something lemon in the water, and there is some bug. Okay, so this is working now. Now let's stop this and let me refresh the page. Okay, so now what we will do, we will try to have a demonstration of canceling the request, because you see that it is taking some time to download. So in between, if we decided, okay, I don't want to download it, I don't want to play this, so we can cancel this in between. Okay, so let's see that example. So I'm going to click on download, and then I'm aborting this. I clicked on abort button. So it is saying the download aborted, DOM exception, the user aborted a request. Okay, so let's wait for a couple of seconds to verify that it is not downloading. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not downloading. Okay, I have checked it, I have tested, it's not downloading at all. So now it's time to go to the code. Okay, so basically here the important role is, okay, so I have an HTML page which is, sorry, this is the fetch page, not this one. I want to show this about.html. So in the last video we had seen about fetch API for making the get and post request. In this video we are trying to learn how to cancel a request. Okay, we just saw the demonstration of that. Okay, so this is a simple plain HTML, and where we have a video element, and there is an ID of the video element and the type of the video. Okay, we have two buttons created here, download and abort. We have a JS file, obviously, abort util.js. This is what we have created to download and do the abort. Okay, cancel the request. The main portion, let's first talk about this download and abort function. So in the try catch block, we are using async await mechanism. We could have used promise mechanism. So in the last video, we discussed about that. Like we get the response when the request is resolved. So response is actually not the data. It's a response object which is internally containing the data. Okay. This is how uh, we are getting the actual content. Okay, so how we can get the content using response.blog, because response can be of different type. You know that what kind of uh, response we are expecting. Okay, what kind of response data you are expecting, because you have made the request, so you know that. Okay, so we are requesting a video, so obviously we will get the video content. So that's why we are not going to call that, dot json function. Okay, we have to call the blob function. Okay, so after that, after collecting that blob data, blob, we are passing to this function display video. In the display video, nothing serious. We are getting the element, and we are getting the uh, we are creating the a URL and passing to that um, a video source of attribute. Okay, we call it attribute, source attribute. So this is just that's it for displaying the content. Now let's so this is pretty simple, right? We get the element, and we have the content here, and we are creating a URL to send this in a video source. Okay, source of the content. Okay, and now in the abort function, you will see there is something called abort controller. Abort controller dot abort function is doing of making the request cancel. Okay, if you have seen the fetch API here, too. Okay, see this carefully. This is fetch API. Okay, and in the last video, I described like there is two parameter. Okay, the first parameter is the URL that we want to call, and the second parameter is more about the uh, configuration. It's what is called options. What options we want to configure, what options value we want to uh, supply. So there is one property called signal. Okay, to the signal we are passing this abort controller dot signal, which is a read only property where in abort controller. And what is this abort controller? Abort controller, we created an object. This is not that we are, no, this is not the class that we have created. This is an inbuilt JavaScript feature, which is abort controller. You can call it a utility class, or you can call it, I have seen that on the internet that people say this as an interface also. Okay, but this is not that typical interface. This is kind of utility. um, so we created an object of this utility class. We read that signal and pass it to the, we initialize a signal variable and pass it to the request, so that um, the communication can happen between the this request, the DOM request, and this abort controller signal. Okay, let's see what the signal means. I have typed what is signal in abort controller in JS. The signal is a read-only property of the abort controller interface, which returns a abort signal object instance. Okay, which can be used to communicate with a DOM request as desired. Okay, so using that signal from the abort controller, we can mm, cancel a request. Okay, so yeah, this is all about this video. Uh, yeah, this canceling a request is also sometimes a important feature to have in some kind of application, like the application which is mainly based on managing files or performing means manage you have you're working on an application which is mainly handling content like file contents you are uploading and downloading. So let's say you are working on a uh, we you are working on a project where the file upload has to happen, but before uploading the file successfully, you want to do some testing, you want to do some uh, checks in the background. Okay, and once you find that okay that the validation is failed, then we can do the cancel. Okay, so yeah, this is a good feature to have. Okay. So yeah friend, this is all about this video. Thank you, take care, see you. Please like, share and subscribe.